There we go. Alright. As usual, if, let me know how the audio is. Okay, Fwench, I'll be here. If the audio is too loud, too quiet, if I'm too quiet, if I'm too loud, please let me know.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Alright, okay.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on the keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
I love the narration.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Don't tell me how to live my life, narrator.
Back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I really want to just walk right past it.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
That's fucking awesome. Oh my god. It's like, that's fucking awesome, dude.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story is... But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death.
That's fantastic.
Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
That is fucking fantastic. I don't know Dwinage, but I'm incredibly interested and eager to find out.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Is it like stuttering for you guys? I'm not dropping any frames, and my frame rate's fine.
Open doors, He entered the door on his left.
But
This
I'm looking
was
at
not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
I'm looking at the feed,
Perhaps
but
he
it
wanted to
like
stop by the employee lounge
like
first,
stuttering
just to
a lot.
admire it. Wow, yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Is that a yes, Panda? Is it not smooth at all?
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
What the hell? Hold on. Let me see if I can. Let me play it. See if I can play it in windowed. If that helps. Okay, it looks okay now. Okay, yeah, sorry about that, guys. I don't know why that was. Anyways, I'm gonna try. Just one thing I wanted to add. I'm gonna try to get a green screen so I can do the whole. So there's not this big ugly box in the bottom right corner. So just a heads up, I'm working on that. Thank
Look,
you for
Stanley,
bearing with
I
me
think
in the
perhaps we've
meantime.
gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
The fuck?
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another,
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha! Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
So far this game is pretty fantastic.
This is a very
those
sad
movies.
story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Why? Say, what up, dude? I'm definitely pressing Y. Wait a minute. So, what am I missing here? Because Y isn't doing shit. No? Strange. Wait a minute. Is it reading my gamepad? Yeah.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow.
Shit.
He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
My PS3 controller is plugged in and emulated as a 360 controller for Street Fighter. So it fucking thinks that... Oh, Christ. So I'm gonna have to do that occasionally. I guess I could just fucking play it with this. The Stanley Parable, Jake, is the name of this game. I feel so lost right now. No idea what's going on. The fuck? Dude, this is it's so fucked up because it thinks that I'm using a controller. So the controls are all fucking messed up. I may actually have to restart this without the controller emulated. Let me see if I can get it to not think that. One sec. Damn. It's really strange. The fuck? Alright, I may have to restart this to get it to not fuck up, I guess. So, one sec. Sorry, guys. So far, the game is fucking rad. Just a little problem with the controls. Nope. ICOM Zones is not here. I know what he's doing. He's probably still at work. It's pretty early still. Time is it? 9:30? Yeah, he's probably still at work.
All of his co-workers
really sorry to hear that, bud.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. But
that
eager
sucks,
to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track. But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So
I don't
in
know,
order to
Kate.
get back, he needed to go, from here, it's, left.
I have no idea what this game...
No, it's to the right, my mistake.
No idea what this game is about.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking?
What up, Unseen?
It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way. No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, hmm? Okay, from the top.
What the fuck, dude? This game is crazy.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided
decided the game is choppy again, so I'm gonna tab out again.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Alright, I fixed it. Let me know if it gets choppy like that, guys. I don't know why it's doing it.
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Holy shit, what the fuck? So lost.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
This game is fantastic.
All of his co-workers...
Every time it restarts, it gets choppy, and I have to tab out and back in. That's weird. If it happens again, I'll
Stanley
just
decided to go to
change
the
it to
meeting
windowed.
room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
You missed the plays earlier, Combs. Some serious
Okay, yep,
plays.
it's worse.
What?
I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
No, it's like I fucked it up, or not fucked it up, but I think it's just part of it. Like it just starts you. He's trying to figure the shit out. I'm totally lost, Waynage. I'm sorry. I can't really explain it.
I knew we'd missed something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Whoa.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart. All right, I've got a solution.
Hold on one sec. I'm gonna change it to windowed.
This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
I feel like not following the line though.
No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
Guess not. Ooh, oh, no, guess not. The line TM.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
What the fuck, dude? I'm sorry if that's crazy loud, guys. The music is dank, but it's probably crazy fucking loud, so let me just... I feel like I'm on a Universal Studios
Cut the music, go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely
Oh my God,
and
really?
remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Alright, guys. I need the help here, because I'm not going to remember anything about this fern. So, everybody, commit the fern to memory. Know everything about the fern. Name the fern in your minds. Whatever you want to name it, it's yours. Thank you, Combs. Cake, I was asked to. That'd be kind of rude if I didn't. Okay. Hi, Combs. Fernet.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell? Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Oh, this game.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction? Now, Yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path,
gonna be a
new
wall.
story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
I did. The narration is fantastic.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Oh, shit.
Ah, a
Burn
choice.
Gully.
We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control.
It reminds me of
How
playing
important
Portal,
we
the original
mustn't
Portal, for
squander
the first time.
opportunity.
Just
In fact,
complete
I believe
fresh.
I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits. Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now.
Yep.
We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if
The shit was that?
all of his co-workers were gone, what could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either.
Tips for not
Feeling a
getting
wave
fired.
of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
This game is fucking awesome.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 284. for 5. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
What up, Marty? Nice. The NSA Stone Store. Thanks for checking stream out, man.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar.
Or
it was a stirring
lady.
of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job.
Catnip.
Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him?
Explains why I'm
This
so attracted
question
to
would
you.
not go unanswered for long.
I am in the States. I am in Florida.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I'm gonna stay on the main path this time since I've diverted so much on the previous playthrough.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life. Their true
Hey,
nature
SK, what's
revealed.
up, man? How are you?
Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Yep, it is, Martic. It is my first. I did the confusion. I got the confusion ending before this, though. Now I'm staying on the main path.
This mind control facility.
Like, it is my first
it was
time
too
playing the game.
horrible
This
to
is my
believe
second,
it couldn't
like, route,
be
I
true.
guess.
Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No.
I do remember the
He
burn.
refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
This is pretty crazy, man. Oh. Did I fuck everything up? I hit the number 5. Oh, jeez. Wait a minute. Where's 1? Where's 1? Come on. What is that up there? That's 1. That must be 4 up there. I feel like I'm about to turn this shit back on. Well, that was anticlimactic. Get out, play.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, He knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Okay. So, off. What? What? Game?
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty.
Oh, sorry.
it over?
Comes. Oops.
Yes, he had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What
Flee to
other mysteries
Russia.
did this strange building
Onward
hold?
to do tech support
As
in the Great
sunlight
White.
streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking.
This shit is so
Happiness.
Orwellian, man.
Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was
I feel like
perhaps
this is a
the
screen.
only thing
And I'm
worth
gonna like walk
knowing.
into it.
Stanley stepped through the open door.
Is it a screen?
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
I did get the new Batman SK and played. I actually highlighted my first part of the playthrough, but the game was incredibly boring, and I was very disappointed. And I have no interest in it, to be honest with you. Oh, okay. What was that? All right, now to go through my
All
first.
of his co-workers were gone. What could
I want
it
to try
mean?
the side path again.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
When I fucked it up
Perhaps
the
he had
first,
simply
not
missed
fucked
a
it up,
memo.
but when I pissed him off the first time.
When Stanley came to a set of two open
How many
this was
endings
not the
are
correct
there?
way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow, yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
I love Final Fantasy SK. I just feel like
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps
I've just been really into Smite lately, and I feel like nobody really wants to watch Final Fantasy 14.
I realize that investing your
unfortunately.
trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you.
I know
all
you do,
this
man,
time.
and I
There's
don't
someone
mean to
you've been
disappoint.
neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me.
I know, bud. I'm sorry.
Asking for her.
I do like the new Battlefield.
This is it, Stanley. Your
Arctic.
chance to
I don't have my
redeem
key yet. I'm
yourself.
waiting on my
To
key.
put your work aside. To
But,
let her back into your life.
I played the beta.
She's
quite a
been
bit,
waiting.
and it's lovely. We actually have a Bludgeon Gaming
That's her,
server. We have our own
Stanley.
server.
You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your
Oh,
faith
SK.
in another,
Why you do this?
then pick up the phone.
I want to not answer the phone. See if anything happens. Yeah. Come on. Go to voicemail. Don't pressure me into picking up this phone game. Can you?
As Stanley picked
Oh,
up
it's
the
fantastic.
phone, a
Thank
white
you.
light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life reunited one... Wait, Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone? No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly. I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to
right
one
on it,
another.
okay.
Music comes
I'm
in.
gonna be streaming
fade
it
to
once I get
white,
my key.
Roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice. Alfred.
It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice. He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house.
What the
Which
fuck?
choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
What the fuck?
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
After this, I've got a little special surprise horror game I found that I think would be a little fun to play. And Cry of Fear after that. Looking forward to it. Because it's Halloween, though. Cookie clicker. The horror.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
So we're going back? ICOMS is having the worst Halloween, unfortunately.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world. Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I really want to fuck with him again. Should I? Should I fuck with him again? You're zones? You can't be zones. You're not salty enough. Dwayneage. Dwayneage, you racist.
No! Why did you do that?
Whoa,
Quickly,
shit.
hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Alright. Conformity. Just go buy your own candy. Save yourself walking around the neighborhood. Oh shit!
Ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that you... my story. You've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do?
So
Even
salty.
if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
The fuck? It is cake. It's like I said. It's very obviously. It seems whoa. Very Portal influence, but it reminds me of.
Oh, I'm here.
It's Moondoggy Mart.
I'm still
Follow
here,
and
here in this pile of
follow if you
rubbish.
liked what you saw, man. I
With
really
you,
appreciate you checking the stream out.
You, who thought
We'll
you were so
definitely be playing
clever.
some Battlefield.
Now look where we are. My
Have a
entire
great night,
game is
bud.
destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was
Shit
to
is
be like
wrecked.
Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child. Oh, my story.
Yeah, I think he had to take a break.
If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious.
Yep,
it would
that's
have been so
Martic.
perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard.
No, I play on PC.
Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Awesome, Martic. Good to hear, bud. Looking forward to it. Friend request accepted.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief,
Pretty
Stanley
sure I
decided
can't
to
tell
go
if
up to his
the game
boss's
is over
office,
and now I'm
hoping he might
repeating.
find Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Holy shit! No, it's
Stepping
all
inside
different
his
now.
manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in
be awesome
disbelief
when
who
his master
orchestrated
hand
this
just drops through the
until he
roof.
saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last
It may
week.
just be Moondoggy
Night Shark
without the 68, but
115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the code. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
am I supposed to speak and like actually speak?
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark,
Night Shark
115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
Night Shark 115? Dude, if this game picks that up, I'll shit.
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
Night Shark 115.
Okay, fine. You're not going to do
Okay,
it.
I'm
But you
being
know
trolled.
what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for
Oh,
you to
112?
suddenly decide you
Fuck.
had better things to do. I asked you for this one
Night Shark 112.
single thing, for
Night
your
Shark 112.
respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward.
What the fuck, man?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his
What
left.
the fuck?
Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything.
This is fantastic.
This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
Oh man, that's so awesome. Wait, let's see.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, I can't tell if the game is actually over or not. I'm so confused. You're very welcome, Cake. I think it's
Yet
over.
there was not a single person here either.
But I'll go to the
Feeling a
boss's
wave of
room.
disbelief, Stanley
and make
decided to
sure.
go up to his boss's office.
Okay,
hoping-
it's over because I have the choices. Okay, awesome. That was fucking great, Cake. Thank you very much for the recommendation. Well, it's over now.